Hello and welcome to Camnet TV Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show. Reloaded because we are back on your screens every weekday as we were doing previously in the other season. I am Sharon Kalimbola and I am with
Patrick.
Introduce yourself.
Yeah.
You're not stranger to the screen anyway.
Yeah. I think I haven't done that Vedic marathon. Yeah, but now I will be part of the breakfast team to be discussing various pertinent issues in our country. And well, like Sharon has indicated, this is the relaunch of the breakfast. We'll be doing this almost every week.
Every day. Every weekday.
That's a Monday to Saturday. And we're going to bring a variety of programs to cater for the breakfast show. Yeah. Indeed,
we're going to have a variety of segments just within the breakfast show to just help you out there have a voice so that you are heard. And Patrick, I want to just make mention that on one of the days we're going to be having different people that we're going to interact with on various topics affecting the nation, so that at least they are able to relate with the people out there. For example, maybe on one of the days, yes, we are still restructuring this breakfast show, but on one of the days we will have civic leaders to just come in the studio with us and discuss issues regarding the community out there, and the community will be able to call in and just ask their civic leaders what they are doing, what they are going to do to rectify certain issues. You are aware that in the compounds, in the communities, there are a lot of challenges that range from water. Of late, we've been talking about issues to do with vandalism of electric poles, street lights and stuff, especially here in Tendere, just near our office. Those are the things that we will be talking about when we meet these councillors, the civic leaders, and the people out there will be able to call in. So it's quite a handful, it's quite a lot that we are going to be unpackaging on the breakfast show.
The other aspect is that of a business component. We're also going to take to give some slots to business, so that the business fraternity can also have an opportunity to discuss various issues surrounding the business sector, because we understand that entrepreneurship, now that we have even the Ministry of SMEs,
yes,
that is something that we want to look at, so that we see how our local SMEs are going to adapt with, now that we have this new ministry, and also how various initiatives are being put in place to ensure that they effectively participate in the country's in the local economy. But because we have observed, and it has generally been observed, that Zambians have little say on economic matters. This is because on account of limited capital, limited access to opportunities, and limited information as well. So we want to see, we will take advantage of this ministry, as well as engage various young people to ensure that they showcase what they have, so that people can be able to interact, as well as expose their abilities to be able to participate and understand, take part of in terms of accessing the funds that would be available through, now that we have even the expanded CDF, which means that even resources can be accessed at a local level.
Hopefully.
So which we thought we needed that business component to ensure that that is taken care of.
Of course, policy and politics takes center stage. We can't just go the whole week without talking about what's happening in the world of politics, in the world of policy, what government is doing, this and that, so that we are able to understand and hold government accountable on an informed perspective. We realize that most of the times we just query, or we ask government questions that are not even here or there. You know, we ask departments that are not supposed to respond to certain questions because we don't know what certain things or certain institutions do, you know. So on this breakfast show, on this show, throughout the week, different days, we'll be talking about different things that will help you and I understand and hold the government accountable. For now, we'll go straight into the morning boost and help ourselves keep fit.
It's a beautiful morning and I welcome you to Morning Boost. I'm so glad that you've tuned in and hope you had a great night. So let's do some workouts this morning. and we're gonna have a great time. So we're gonna start with a warm-up and then make some aerobics movements for today. Okay, ready? Let's go. A beautiful morning to everybody and welcome to Morning Boost. Let's go. Go. And the V step now. Let's go. Last V step. Back to step touch. V step. Let's go. Let's go. And marching. And 4, 3, 2, step touch, go. Bring in your hands now. Let's go. Let's go. Just a quick workout in the morning. Not a full-fledged workout, no. Keep going. And 4, 3, 2, hamstring, go. Four, 3, 2, step touch. Four, 3, 2, and hamstring. And 4, 3, 2, step touch. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Keep going. Stay at it. Go. Easy basic workouts for the morning. And marching. Skip, jump now. Go. Let's go. Skip. Try this. Even if you feel heavy in your body, you can do this. Let's go. There's always a first time. You may struggle, but it's doable. Let's go. And 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Change now. Let's go. Very easy for a morning workout. Lift your knee very high. Go. Let's go. Stay at it. Stay at it. We're going to bring in a kick now from a knee high to a kick. Go. Go. Let's go. Let there be a blood circulation on your legs so that you don't have that numbness you feel at times. Kick. 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 Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Straight kicks now. Go. Straight kicks. Go in the sides. Okay. Keep going. Almost done with our 5 minutes workout. Knee high. Try this every morning. It's going to do wonders to your body. Let's go. We're almost there. All right, team. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. This is Isaac Matza, your presenter. I'm going to see you next time at the same time and have a great day. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day.
You're still watching the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show. Thank you, Isaac. I don't know why he's calling himself a presenter, though. He's an instructor. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we are presenters. He's an instructor, yeah. Because, you know,
Exactly.
next time you're going to take off your suit and join him so that you can, we see how much muscle you have. How much muscle you're able to have in the next 2-3 months.
That includes you.
No, but I'm okay.
So,
I'm okay.
You mean I'm not okay?
No, at least, you know, women like saying, no, a man needs to have a certain kind of posture. That's what we are looking for in you. Because you're always wearing jackets anyway. So next time, we will join him, at least in a vest, so that at least we'll be able to see your hands as well.
No, give it a run.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Exactly. Well, Sharon, but what are we going to be talking about on the interview today?
Okay, so we are expecting Mr. McDonald Chipenzo, who is GEAR's Initiative Executive Director. We will talk about various pertinent issues affecting the country. Obviously, there's been much debate with the coming in of the new administration, which is the United Party for National Development. They've been in power for like 2 months, close to 3 months now. But then it's like we expect so much. I'm not sure if it's according to the promises that they made, that they made people have these high hopes. And now that things are being done at what people are calling snail's pace, they are a little agitated, and there's a lot of talk with regards to how they are governing this country. So we will talk about that as well. Him as a governance activist, and obviously he's been following what these people have been doing and how they've been running the affairs of this country. We will touch on that as well. And obviously the famous clique of thieves that was...
Yes, that was trending over the weekend.
Exactly. It's still trending up to today. I've seen a statement that's been issued by one of the political parties, obviously the opposition, talking about the same thing. I was like, okay, is this thing going to die out or not? So yeah, people were really offended, and in as much as it was explained yesterday by the presidential spokesperson, Anton Walia, who said, no, this is what he meant, this is what he meant, but you know, people are convinced the other way, you know, so that will be talked about. And we'll see how it's going to pan out when we have that discussion. Well, and now we have girlfriends calling on set. Oh my goodness.
Interesting.
Good morning. This is the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show. And now he's agitated.
Exactly. but Sharon, on the issue of the clique, what goes through your mind when you hear the word clique? It's
a group, as per English.
Yeah.
It's a group of thieves. But then you know the way it came out. It's as though because okay, we've had different administrations from the time that Zambia got its independence. It's like 57 years ago. We've had different people leading this country, you know.
Yes.
But then if you generalize it the way it came out, you know, obviously the first thing that will come to somebody's mind is that every other person that has been leading or maybe driving the wheels of this economy has been a thief, you know. But then it was, according to me, or maybe the understanding of the general populace, is that it was going to be okay if at all it was directed to certain people, you know. Yeah, not generalizing it. It's a general statement that really doesn't point at anybody. At the same time, if it doesn't point to anybody, why should you take it personal?
Exactly.
You know?
I get it. And I think, following from what you've just said, but I want to add to state that I think in the era of social media, you need to be careful with whatever you say, because people try to take an opportunity of any word that may be let me say that can be easily misconstrued by the people, because you saw various interpretations of the same statement, because the president may had a different view altogether,
but you people in the mind.
You saw how people tried to make to interpret the statement by that suggesting that his predecessors, let me say, the previous governments or leaders, let me say, starting from KK up to
where the Board of Contention is.
President ECL, we saw people trying to create a picture that he meant previous leaders were a clique.
Chiluba, he meant Mwanawasa, he meant SATA, and he meant ECL. So really, it was a general statement. And you know, I didn't even pay attention the time that the president was at the airport upon his arrival, you know, from Scotland. I was like, okay, I was just following. I didn't pay much attention to what he was saying until I saw something on Chilufetayali's page. You know, somebody posted something in one of the WhatsApp groups, a screenshot of Chilufetayali complaining about the same thing, say, how can he say this? I was like, okay, now let me go back and listen to what he said, you know.
I think, and for the record, Sharon, this is not the first time that statement has been uttered.
It was actually uttered even yesterday at the ceremony.
Even before yesterday, it was done when the president said we are going to take away resources from the thieves in Lusaka to various localities across the country.
Exactly.
So now that statement previously was not didn't raise
much
eyebrows. Probably people had an idea of
those thieves,
but others also took advantage of the same statement to do propaganda or to paint the head of state black. Probably because my assumption is that he had a perspective and he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
But probably what people could see clarity on is that for him to be more specific, and probably outline what he meant, because people were just making assumptions, and those assumptions have been more pronounced than what could have actually been intended to be communicated.
Exactly, because it's like, you know, when you do 10 good things and then you make one mistake, they'll forget about all those good things that you've done and focus on one. This is exactly what's happening. There's so many things that he talked about. There's so many questions that were asked at the airport, and he clarified on those things. But then one thing that just came out so prominent was the issue of a clique of thieves. I don't know why, because people feel, I don't know why people feel offended anyway. So yeah, in case you, I still don't understand, because it wasn't really pointed at anybody. It was a general statement.
Like I told you, people now attach the faces, which the president did not.
People now are the ones that are attaching faces to that, you know, because for them, a clique of thieves were going to get resources from people who were enjoying to the intended people. So for them, it's like, okay, he's talking about leadership.
Yes.
He's talking about people that have been leading the wheels of this economy. They've been thieves. Now they start bringing in the issue of KK. So, and you know how people don't want to touch KK. They don't want to touch him, you know.
And my thinking is that the same clique comes from the aspect of tenderpreneurs who have been referred to tenderpreneurs.
Yes.
Those people who have been benefiting from government projects by winning tenders through dubious means or activities. Now that the president has taken a decentralization approach by ensuring that resources will be in specific constituencies, it means those people who are tenderpreneurs will not have a chance to get a glimpse of every other tender that the government may have. So it means now people make decisions from their constituencies. So that means taking away the resources from what he referred to as a clique. So probably those there are various twists. Again, the response from the presidential aide, I think, was also a bit vague, in the sense that it was not clear and specific. It was too general, but you know what? It categorized something that I'm taking from my explanation, which is taking away resources from Lusaka to specific constituencies. That qualifies what I was just explaining to say. Those tenderpreneurs who were benefiting from government, from almost each and every government project, will no
longer have the power to do that.
So that statement partly qualifies, but also it does not attach a face.
No, it
doesn't. Also continues to provide room for that speculation which is ongoing on social media.
Growing speculation, actually. We must mention that it's a growing speculation. You can also take part in this conversation via our Facebook and also call in so that we can have this conversation and just put in a word of how you feel this thing should have come out or exactly what it means. I know yesterday we had a clip on our news bulletin this evening, and then the comments that were there, some of them were like, no, you people this, but our job is to bring out the information and then you decide out there. Equally, what we are doing here is to spark the conversation, so you out there should be able to call in and just give us your views on what you think about the president's statement of the clique of thieves, which has continued to repeat itself at least for 2 days. You know?
Exactly. Yeah. Again, also talking about the same the news arrangement. Sometimes people forget they attach emotions to stories and take it personal just because probably their preferred candidate or leader has been attacked or whatever. But what we do as journalists generally is to ensure that we provide a platform to every citizen, and every citizen is entitled to his or her opinion. So when we give a citizen an opinion, doesn't mean it is our opinion, because at the end of the day, views of everyone have to be carried on board, because at the end of the day, the media's royalty is to the people and the general public, and not to leaders or political parties or everyone. Our call is to serve the community. So at the end of the day, each and every citizen has the right to an opinion, and we have no right to take it from them. No. So whatever they think about a certain policy or pronouncement, they are entitled to that, and we have to respect just that. That's the beauty about democracy. So while people are exercising their democracy, you cannot afford to gag them.
No,
and I think that's what the President Hakainde Hichilema has been on fame.
I'm glad you've learned how to pronounce Hakainde Hichilema.
Exactly.
It's coming out so strong, you know.
Exactly. So even the President is categorical to say, you can't gag the people, but what you want is that balance the stories.
You can't gag the people.
And just make sure that everyone is given a room to respond. Like in that story of that you did as a newsroom, did you provide the audience to all parties?
Which one? Which one is that?
The story on the clique.
Yeah, no, I think we tried. We had, hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Thank you for calling us. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
I'm Naomi, calling you from Livingston.
All right, please go ahead with your contribution.
Thank you very much, and I'm happy that you continue bringing this topic. I should also say I like the way you are balancing the comments. Just like what you really said, I don't think that is something that should make us not drink water, the statement that the President made. It's only those who are guilty who can continue talking about it and who can feel offensive. I mean, it is the public domain. We know what has been happening as a country. So why should people who are just always looking for report, and you know, if you are looking for report, you always find it. I think it's time for the country news, it's time to move on. We forget about these petty issues. For me, really, I support the way you put it. It's not that UPS or PF or DP, I'm a Zambian. We know what has been happening, we are well informed. It's true, it's only two people have been benefiting. And the best way to call them is a clique of thieves. So if you are not a clique of thieves, why should you get offended? So some of us are looking forward to this to budget so that money can go and come to our work so that we move on. It's time we forgot about some of these petty issues and that kind of a thing. Please keep it up, and thank you for bringing this issue. Have a blessed morning.
Thank you so much. Same to you.
Thank you.
Click of thieves.
So you see, people have opinions, and,
Yes.
and you get it. Like you explained, Shara, if you are not part of the clique, why are you bothered?
Why are you bothered? It's a general statement. It's like,
yeah,
you don't attach anything. You just throw it out there, and then now people start talking. No, this he means you, he means you, he means me, he means what? No, I think it shouldn't be like that somehow anyway. But people are entitled to opinions. You too are entitled to opinions out there. So you can still call in, you can still send your messages via our Facebook page. We will be able to read them so that you can have a voice. This is the whole essence of having this breakfast show, to give you a voice out there so that you are heard. Right now, we just go to our health talk and see how healthy we are.
People say vaccines cause infertility. That's a myth. Your vaccines are very safe. They do not cause infertility. And for now, I remember in the beginning when the vaccines just came, we did even mention to the media houses that we do not have enough safety data on how vaccine will work in pregnant and breastfeeding women. So in the beginning, we said pregnant and breastfeeding women should not get the vaccine unless otherwise. But now the guidance is it's safe for them. We have enough information to say it's safe for pregnant and breastfeeding women. So those are being given. The other is COVID is just for adults. Children do not get COVID. Now I think we are very clear. We know children do get COVID. The difference is most children do not get severe infection. We do have kids that get severe infection and end up dying from COVID. Even here in Zambia, we've seen that. But a few of them have that. Hence, even when it came to vaccination, some people say, no, there is no vaccination for kids. We now have vaccination even for children. Certain vaccines like Pfizer have now been approved for children as young as 5 years going upwards.
Well, that statement from Dr. Zulu was actually trying to clarify some of the myths surrounding COVID-19. There are people who are suggesting that if you are pregnant, you cannot take a vaccine.
Oh yeah?
And if you are breastfeeding, you can equally not take a vaccine. But I was clarifying to us that actually you can take the vaccines because now they have actually proven that even pregnant mothers, pregnant women, as well as lactating mothers, are able to take the vaccine. Then there was also a myth suggesting that COVID-19 does not affect children. But while this country has been through this journey of COVID-19, we have seen that COVID actually affects children as well. And children have been affected, and we also have lost some, but not to the extent that we have lost the adults. It is no wonder the COVID-19 vaccination program is focused around the aged and those with underlying conditions. This is because it has been observed that those are at risk of actually contracting the virus and also dying from it. And well, it is only ideal that a vaccination program is targeted towards that. And as we stand at about 6% in terms of vaccination, in terms of the eligible population, which also means...
Again, it's a target of what? What's our target?
Well, the overall target, we are supposed to vaccinate overall about 8 million people. So that is quite a number, quite a huge number. So, but we haven't hit yet close to a million mark. We are going there though, but we have to do more to ensure that we vaccinate most of the eligible population. But we have a lot of other myths, Sharon. I think you've heard those things. Yeah. Those myths still existing.
Thank you, Dr. Patrick. You speak so eloquently on this matter. Yes, but then I think during the first wave, the myths were really, really high, especially with regards to children. We were told children cannot get the vaccine. I mean, COVID-19, they are safe and stuff, even below the age of 5, you know, until such a time that there was the second wave and the third wave, and things were explained much further to say, no, actually these children also are at risk of getting COVID-19, especially in the communities. We have quite a number of people that have had COVID without testing, and they just become whole, they heal again without even knowing they've had it, you know, because much as we say there's quite enough sensitization with regards to the virus and the disease and how you can get it, how you can heal from it. There's still a lot. I can safely say maybe 80% of the people do not even know much about this. That's just a fact.
Yeah, so, especially, in our rural communities, I've actually observed that it has been business as usual.
Yeah.
And information, I think, it was also observed that information is hardly reaching some people because they do not have access to TV, they are not friendly with social media, they are not friendly with radio. So most of the times they receive information from community health workers and colleagues, and in these communities, if you go deep into communities, that's where these myths are. And I think it's about time we also try to enhance in terms of information dissemination, because we see like the aspect of ensuring that we utilize institutions like the Zambia National Information Services, ZANIS, because to be going around informing people about the vaccination program, the effects of the COVID. So that people are informed, but we hardly hear such interventions. I think we can reach more people if we are undertaking such activities, and people will be able to appreciate, to say, okay, this is actually a serious matter. And in these communities, Sharon, it's not like people are mostly glued to TV or radio sometimes, because people spend more time nowadays in these drinking places, and you have to find ways of reaching out to them.
I think someone had mentioned to say, if you were to drop the vaccine in alcohol, the whole I think you'd reach the target within 2 or 3 days, because we have so many people that spend their time drinking.
Yes.
You would say, okay,
so yeah,
we're not encouraging though, but this is what happens. This is reality.
Yeah.
This is what happens out there. We've got a number of people that drink, would rather go and drink alcohol than go to the health facility and take the vaccine, to prevent themselves from COVID. I think even one of the first cases that was recorded in this country was from a bar. I think that's why even then the former president Edgar Lungu had closed the bars just to curb the spread of the virus, because it was deemed as high risk areas, because much as people were busy, they found time to go to these drinking places. So it was a super spreader for the virus.
And Sharon, we may be experiencing the fourth wave as a country, just like other countries have also indicated. Zambia, the medical experts have also suggested that Zambia may be experiencing the fourth wave.
In December.
Now, in the fourth wave, we look at the aspect of, let's say, if things goes to the worst, if the larger part of the population is not vaccinated, the fourth wave may be severe. And I think for me that calls for attention, because it may end up affecting us as a country. So we need to make sure that we encourage our population to ensure that they get vaccinated, because for a lockdown, Sharon, I don't think is a way to go if we start experiencing severe cases of the COVID-19. So just now we are going to take a short break. I will be back shortly as we are going to discuss pertinent issues that have happened over the weekend on the Breakfast Show. Stay tuned.
Africa is rising to a new dawn of integrity and accountability. Are you tired of being swindled or buying fake or illegal properties? Would you like to sell or buy genuine property? Would you like to list your property on both local and international market? Don't waste your time. Call the professionals, the SGK Properties on +260 762 166018. SGK Properties. Your business assurance is our priority.
Hello, I'm Deborah Lukalu, all the way from South Africa. You are watching Camnet channel, not just another channel. God bless you. Stay tuned.
Africa is rising to a new dawn of integrity and accountability. Are you tired of being swindled or buying fake or illegal properties? Would you like to sell or buy genuine property? Would you like to list your property on both local and international market? Don't waste your time. Call the professionals, the SGK Properties on +260 762 166018. SGK Properties. Your business assurance is our priority.
Welcome back. This is the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show, and in the studio we have our guest, Mr. McDonald Chipenzi. I don't know how to pronounce it properly. Sometimes I try. Mr. McDonald Chipenzi. I think.
Whatever.
Yes.
We meet in spellings.
Exactly. So he's going to help us discuss various issues that have happened in the country. He is GEAR's Initiative Executive Director. Mr. Chipenzi, welcome to this interview.
Thank you, Sharon.
It's not really an interview, it's a conversation, actually.
Oh, yeah. Good morning, Sharon. Good morning, Patrick.
Good morning.
And good morning, viewers. It's been long since I was here.
Very long. You're welcome. Feel at home, as you have always felt the time that you used to come here as often. It's good to have you, and we'll make sure that we take nice pictures of you so that we don't struggle.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be talking about critical issues that have happened, Mr. Chipenzi. Among prominent is the issue of the national budget, and there are sectors that we probably would want you to analyze or talk about. To start, we'll start with the issue of CDF, which has seen an increased allocation. We want to get your views on that, especially that now it means that we have fiscal decentralization, but how should we manage this fiscal decentralization?
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, it's very good that CDF has been increased to 25.7 million. It's a lot of money, and it is also money that will make other people start salivating, sweating, because there are people who can't see money. The moment they see money, they will start all kinds of plans, even if it's not their money. So you have to safeguard such kind of people, because you have many councils that have misappropriated even 1.6 million CDF that was being given to them previously. There are some people, some councils that have actually misappropriated even this little levy that they collect from the people. No service at all. Okay, if you go in these councils, even here in Lusaka, you have billboards. Those billboards, they are not there for decoration. It's money. Okay, there are a lot of money that is collected from billboards. There are a lot of money collected from all the markets, from the from parking and so on. But when you go in the CBD, even around where you live, you have huge piles of garbage, and you ask yourself, where does the money go? Okay, you look at the road, just the network, the road network within your compounds. This council has never been there. Now, when you hear of 25.7 million, others will use that money, even bogus companies. I think you have heard of recent some people saying there was even a supply of air which was paid. Okay, you just there's a company, but you have not supplied anything, but you still
get paid.
You get paid. So that money, if it's not properly managed, it can be a disaster at the end of the day. With good intention, but very, very devastating results. Why is it like that? It's because in Zambia, we are used at getting extra money beyond our salaries. So when you see such money, you are thinking of allowances now. You will see much of the money will be going to allowances. No, CDF meeting allowance. And they even is changed now from maybe quarterly to weekly. So that at the end of the day, if you are getting 1,000 per sitting, in 1 month, you have how many? How much money? 4,000. It's a salary on its own. And that is non-taxable money. So really, it is a temptation. But at the same time, it's a very good thing, because what the government now has done is to throw the bait to the people who have been saying, no, there's no development because it is decentralized. Now it has been decentralized. Let's see how they will manage. I was talking to someone yesterday who was saying, no, it's good that that money has come to us. Now we have no one to complain to say there's no development. Because CDF committee is in the constituencies. And what development committees are in the constituencies. And those are the ones that suggest what projects are supposed to be in their wards. So in an event where a ward decides to say, our project this year is to cut all the trees, let them do that. And the money maybe will be given to them to cut all the trees for charcoal. But when the wind comes, they should not blame the MP. They should not blame the president or the councillor to say, look, now we are affected by wind. You are not working. You are the ones that will work. And if you misuse that money, blame nobody, but blame yourself.
But others have argued, I've seen the likes of the PFR Vice President Given Lubinda was suggesting that the CDF is meant to ensure that members of parliament are implicated, or they fail to hold the executive accountable for the misappropriation of the CDF fund. Does that argument hold water?
Well, I mean, that's why I've said this money may create a lot of saliva in some people's mouth. Okay? And if you cannot control your appetite for money, you'll be implicated. Okay? If you can't control your appetite for money, you are going to be implicated. And I can assure you, if people, especially councillors, and members of parliament, if they don't control their appetite for money, this 25.7 million will see a lot of people into jail. That is very true, okay? But that does not mean that the money was meant to tempt somebody. Because one, we claim to be men and women of integrity, isn't it? Yeah. Yes. Now, if someone is giving you something, you have to hold it dearly. Because at the end of the day, it's not for yourself, it's for everyone within your area. The issue of, there's another one, said MP for... There's another part of the question that you raised. That other part of the question, you know, Walubinda, he was a very good, you know, you remember that he was the chairman of anti-corruption. Yes. APNAC, yes. A very strong, ardent fighter against corruption. So we expect that now he should actually revive that spirit he had to fight corruption. We need people who can stand up and fight corruption. And that's why we need capacity building of citizens at local level to fight corruption, to fight abuse, to fight misapplication and misappropriation of funds. And they must understand these words. Misapplication, because now if you talk to Sharon, misapplication, she doesn't know. Oh, Mr. Shpezi, I'm aware of misapplication. Obviously.
And misappropriation?
I think we had that discussion. I think we had that discussion with Patrick some time back to say most of the issues that are raised in the Auditor General's report are misapplication of funds. You know, you're given money as a school, for example, to buy desks. Instead, you go and buy chalk. You know, that's misapplication. Yes. And then at the end of the day, they'll be like, you didn't use the money for
but
the
at the end of the day, it goes to abuse of resources.
Exactly, exactly.
Correct,
it's all cited like that.
So now,
but then Mr. Spenzi, on this same CDF, before we move on, the guidelines have been produced. They're in the limelight, they're in public domain. But then we still have people that have raised concern, such as the Chamber of Commerce, to say, we've been left out. How are we going to chip in and help this SME business sector grow through this environment? What's your take on that?
Well, I mean, I think things are changing now. Like we said, development has been thrown to the local community. And if you look at the chambers of mine, chambers of commerce, they were more dominated in the urban center.
Yes.
I don't think where Sharon comes from, there's a chamber of mine, or even where you come from.
No, there is.
Even where I come from, there's nothing.
Yes.
So it will mean that even the chamber of commerce has to decentralize itself to the local community.
At what level?
At what level? So that they will be able to help these CDF committees, these World Development Committees, on how to come up with viable projects so that they can increase trade and commerce. If they can't decentralize, they want to be bringing people from Chirundu, where I come from, or Siavonga, where my home village is, and then bring them to Lusaka. That is now will be the start of abuse of money. Because now people come in delegations to attend those meetings and draw money from the CDF to come and attend meetings. So the only thing that you see is fat pockets from those and the handbags. From those who be attending those meetings. Nothing at the community level. But this money is meant to develop the community. It is actually in those good days when maybe Sharon was not yet born, where we used to say micro projects. Okay? Micro projects are projects for community development, just to bring development closer to the people. And not where everything, we want to build the road at the RDA from Lusaka. And so on. Even RDA, because now this money is also going to be used to make my roads and so on and so forth, to my weirs, to my culverts, and so on and so on. So even RDA will have to decentralize itself. So at the end of the day, like Honorable Magande was saying, if I was young, I would have gone to the village, because that's where now money is. So all these institutions that were centralized, on their own, they were decentralized, because they're also looking for that money. How they can use that money, and in good faith, others in bad faith, how they can get that money.
Yeah, then the formation of World Development Committees, Mr. Chipenzi, is something that has been also classified as being political, where you'd find that members of the ruling party would want to dominate the positions that are available in the committee. But how can we curtail that to ensure that there is an inclusive approach in terms of the members of the committee, so that they can participate and contribute towards the development to be undertaken in their various localities?
Very true, and that is the elephant in the in the room. How do we depoliticize the WDCs, even the CDF? Because when you look at the CDF Act, it gives the power to the MP to nominate a number of people. A number of people, almost half of the CDF committee are members that are nominated by the MP. Even councillors, they say there will be 3 councillors. 2 will be elected among themselves. 1 will be nominated by an MP. Why? Why be nominated by an MP when the councillors themselves can elect those 3? So you have that challenge. And when an MP gets involved, it becomes politics already. If I nominate you people, how are you going to defy what I would say in the what? Even if I'm seated at the corner there, just my eyes will be telling you to say what you are doing is wrong. And you start, stabilizing yourself or retreating from whatever idea you wanted to bring. So we need to depoliticize these issues now that we want to be inclusive. Because this CDF is about inclusivity in terms of development. You know, before you were hearing people say, no, our area is not developed because we are not from the ruling party.
Exactly.
Okay? And you have also heard the ruling party say, if you don't vote for us, there will be no development. Now CDF is going to everybody, 156 MPs. And out of 156 MPs, 60 MPs are from the opposition. 61 MPs are from the opposition. Then you have 14, is it 10 independents?
Independent.
Somewhere there. So you have so many MPs from as independents, MPs as well. So that CDF 25.7 million will go to every constituency. So politics will now be at the local level.
Exactly.
Okay, it will no longer there. Actually, why this UPND administration, perhaps they are becoming very clever. They want to release pressure from them to
the local
level. So let them fight on their own. So that's what has happened actually. It's releasing pressure from the center to the local level. Now you see how the MP will be fought, how the councillor will be fought by the communities. You know, how all those that will be involved in this money handling of CDF, how they will be fought by the people. While the government will just come and say, no, we gave you the money. It's your MP.
We just hope that the resources will be released in time, because we notice that sometimes the resources for CDF are released maybe in August.
Yeah,
2021.
Exactly.
What's that?
I think the challenge now is like I said, I think one time you covered this story, is that the law at the moment gives power to the minister to only release that fund or approve the project in April. Okay? So like now, up to March, it is an issue of identifying projects and the submission of those projects to the minister for approval. Okay, and the law gives the minister 30 days in which to consider approving those CDF projects. And in an event that maybe the project, the CDF guys, they have brought the budget that is beyond the money, then the minister will tell these people to resubmit. And you know the process. The submitting may also take another 1 month to reduce the budget to that level, and so on and so forth. So what we expect now is that with these huge sums of money, we need to amend the Constituency Development Act, okay? So that at the end of the day, we don't have very limited time to implement this project. Because the moment you have limited time to implement project, then abuse will come in, fraud will come in, fake receipts will come in, so that you finish the money and understand the money, how the government money works. Once it's 31st December, whatever you have not used must go back to control 99. So now, if implementation starts, let's say April is for approval, the whole country, it means that implementation starts in May. In May. And May to December, and actually May to November, because December again is an issue of retiring. Okay? So May to November, how many months? To finish 25.7 million. Is that possible? No. Because because 100,000 kwacha, it will take you maybe 3 months to finish. Even these donors, they'll give you 1 million kwacha for 3 months, for 3 years.
It will breed corruption.
Exactly. Yes, so it will breed corruption. So what we need now is maybe planning and everything and approval should be done from the last quarter of the year. Yes. So that come January, it's about working and implementing the money. So I have at least 9 months of implementing the project. Perhaps that will make sense.
Interesting. Well, we'll get to another interesting topic which happened over the weekend, and that's involving the president. That's over the statement of a clique of thieves. But we'll just get a clip so that we can digest that topic with Mr. Chipenzi, who is with us at the moment. Director, is that ready?
Understand what is saying this country was divided in the last 10 years. Cabinet came from only 4 provinces. 95% of the country came from 4 provinces. Today, the cabinet comes from all the 10 provinces. We should be proud of that. Whoever is motivating to ask the question should be proud of it. That's number 1. Number 2, there will be no police commissioner appointed by the president. The police commissioner will be promoted and be appointed by the police command and the police activity. We want to reduce the direct number of presidential appointments in the commission. That was an anomaly, which was not normal, but we already believed it was normal. This was only altered a few years ago. Otherwise, police commissioners were appointed by the police command, promoted together with the police authority. That's the way we were intending. So the issue of other remaining appointments, time must be managed. 2 months, 11 days or so in office. You manage your time. You utilize your time properly. Otherwise, you'll be, the hazard to your government.
Mr. Chipenzi, you got that one. Probably our sound was not very audible. But the thing is that this statement of a clique of thieves, I just want to seek your interpretation. What the president means, because we have seen social media making various interpretations where they are trying to implicate former heads of states. But based on your analysis on governance matters, we want to pick on your thoughts.
Thank you so much. It's good that people are debating such issues. They are very important. But in Tonga, there's the saying which we say, Ali mulema tawaru gabwe, meaning you can't throw a stone where there's a person who is disabled. He will think, or she will think, you are throwing it at him, okay? Because he can't run, he can't do that. So that stone, maybe even falls where he is. You see, they are doing this because I'm lame, okay? And we also have a saying where we are saying that where there is unmarried people, those who've been divorced and so on and so forth, you don't talk about your men because they will think you are appetizing them. You are showing off. So you have to avoid certain talks here and there. Now, when we listen to the talks here and how it has been interpreted, it's somehow very unfortunate because the president says a clique of thieves have been want to run this country from independence, or they have been running this country from independence, and also that these are the same people who are tribalists and also hegemonists and so on and so forth. Now, if I've not mentioned any name, I don't think that anyone should claim that jacket to say, that is my jacket. He was talking about my jacket. Because I've not talked about, I just said black jackets. That the other black jacket was very dirty. Then you, Soko, says, oh, so he meant me. Because I was the one who was plotting a black jacket. Is that being fair, sure? So in this case, the president says, there have been a clique of thieves. Now from nowhere, someone from the bush says, oh, so he's talking about me. So he's talking. So I was telling my colleagues, I said, that statement is very good. Good in the sense that we will now know the true thieves. Because they'll come on their own.
They'll be guilty.
It's like he said, nakumba mbeva. Nakumba mbeva. He said, nakumba mbeva. So when you dig, you find that, mbeva sicho.
In Southern Province.
Yes. We have all kinds of.
Wondering as well.
Yes.
Southern
So
Province.
then, when you see that kachan, kahoka in the pants manning, you get what? Mukati. Within a minute or two, you see mbeva coming because they don't like water. Coming. So you just, so there was a road there. I thought it was only one. You have enough food. So even this statement, it's like water poured in a hole. Then whoever is there will be affected. So whoever is in that clique of thieves will be affected. Whoever is a tribalist will be affected. Whoever is a hegemonist will be affected. So if I am not, I can't. Imagine if I say there's a group of tribalists here, and then Sharon is not, you are not. Would you stand up and say, no, I think Mr. McDonald, you are talking about me? How do I know? It is you now who is telling me that you are. Let me give you a very good example. One time in the village, there was someone who was moving out with someone's wife. And so these people were drinking, that communal drinking,
Exactly.
in the village. Eh?
Yes.
So this man, someone tipped to say, the person who is going out with your wife is there actually is drinking. So the guy came with an axe and a spear. And he started, jumping from there, showing to say, today I'm going to kill that one who is going out with my my wife. He comes with a spear, throws it down on the ground. He picks it, going towards where those guys, the men, were drinking and chatting. From nowhere, the same person, he said, that is the one. So they started chasing that person. So now, those who were innocent, they were just watching to see who is he going to appoint or to point at. Even the issue of Jesus Christ, for example, when he was feeding with his disciples, he says, among you, one of you will betray me. Okay? And all the disciples, maybe there are those people who are going behind the door, say, Jesus is a very bad man. So they were afraid to be exposed. So they started saying, is it me, Jesus? Is it me, Lord? Is it me, what? Why are you discomforted? I've just, among you, one of you, and you, Judas, also say, I think maybe it means me. Is it me, Lord? Say, the one I'm dipping with? And that's how Judas disappeared. So, when you say a generic statement like that, you have not meant anybody. He never even said former president or my predecessors. No. And he had that right. He just said it has been run by a clique of thieves. Okay? Now, if I'm not a thief, I will not be worried. If I'm not a tribalist, I will not be worried. If I'm not whoever, I will not be worried. But if I am, and I've practiced that, then you will see them one by one going. When Jesus was, when that adulterous woman was brought before Jesus, okay? And Jesus said, whoever has never sinned, let be the first man to throw a stone. And what happened? Everyone started running out and left Jesus alone. Okay? No one, because everyone was guilty. So those who are guilty of tribalism, those who are guilty of thieving, we will see them. We will see them. Jesus was able to see that, all of these chaps are sinners, sure. No one was throwing a stone. Even now, those who are tribalists, my friends, you will see them. They will be the one who will be speaking loudest. And you know that Kaja nika tribalist Kaja. Kaja is a thief. And if it's possible, let the police follow them. Because I can't be discomforted when I've not done anything wrong. Let them say whatever, even insulting. Even in the church, here we are in a church building, where the pastor will start saying, adulterers will not enter the kingdom of God. Then tomorrow you go to your friends and say, I think Pastor Chilwa was talking about me. So me, I've stopped going to church. Actually, if I am the pastor, I'll even go to Sharon to lay hands on her. To say, no, I think they are an adulterers. Let's go repent.
All right, you two from home can join in this conversation, these callers, and give us your thoughts with regards to a clique of thieves and various issues that we've discussed, including the CDF allocation that was increased from 1.6 million to 25.7 million kwacha 2022. In studio, we have Mr. McDonald Chipenzi, who is Gears Initiative Executive Director. You can pose questions with regards to what you feel he can respond to. Now, Mr. Chipenzi, this is funny, I felt like it's a knock or something. We have a caller. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, madam?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm okay.
Thank you for calling us. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
I'm Ricardo, calling from Western.
Okay, Ricardo, please go ahead with your contribution.
Yes, I just have a question for the United States.
Go ahead.
Yes, I want to ask in terms of the corruption that is happening in our country, how this is and stuff information the strategy is right there. So I'm seeing that they are only focusing on the ministry and those kind leaving out those like more things to make it more sense because corruption up to now, even when the president, we do see in Cambodia, go and ask for something or asking or paying or even at the police station, just for them to look at the case, they will require money. So I don't know about this ACPA, the category of and the second thing, I'd love to get the president if he can resolve this, remove all those people who are the next job, those more. Because if I don't, that thing won't happen. Don't think that we are going to win fight this corruption. We ask citizens, we can't just fight this corruption without help. Because last time we thought ACC was a jealous, different thing.
Okay. Is that? Thank you so much, Likando.
That's my contribution.
Thank you so much, Likando, for calling us. So, Mr. Chipendi, two things have come out. Fighting corruption. Actually, it's just one thing, basically, but then it's been explained further, obviously, to some of the concerns that have been raised before. Fighting corruption with regards to having the same people that you called corrupt when you were in opposition. How feasible is that? And
you also mentioned the aspect of strategies. He thinks the SEC is not doing enough, according to you.
It's targeting high-profile people when there are other people that are corrupt down there, especially under the police departments.
Yeah. No, I mean, corruption is a very complicated thing, and I think I've argued this case to say corruption is a behavioral issue. It is an attitudinal issue. There are times, you know, those good days when we are growing up, if Mr. Soko is a thief, he will not stay in the village. He will be staying in the bush. Because the villagers, the community will not allow a person who steals. These days, a thief will be staying in the community. And they don't care. All right? They will even protect. And if you report that person to the police, you will be hated in the village. That is how society has become so rotten. Okay? Now, corruption can only be fought if ourselves as citizens decides not to condone it among ourselves. Further, the commission, for example, now we have a new government. If there are people who were frustrated in the past, they were sending stories, they were sending reports of corruption, and this corruption, the anti-corruption was not working. That is the time now you bring out those issues, so that you are given a basis to say these guys were not working. Secondly, the funding to the Anti-Corruption Commission. I was one time we were at the meeting with the anti-corruption guys, and I was telling them, the challenge that we have now is that we have loved ourselves more than our neighbors. You go into a job which you know, this job is a risky job. You start crying, no, don't you think this is a risky job? Don't you know that I have children? Who doesn't have children? Why did you join what if you have children? You should have gone and do something else. So when you decide to fight corruption, put aside all your children, your wife. You meet them when you go back. If you don't go back, good. You should even tell her, if I go, I come back, you are lucky. If I go, I don't come. Just prepare yourself to be a widow. Kwasira.
All right, we have another caller. Let's just take it.
Hello.
Good morning. Dimwa ndani boss zina yano.
Lele ali wanda hapo.
Mtu mira kuti.
Itumira famile mu program meta hapo.
Kwa mene munkala.
Okay. Nikana kuwete project homa.
Okay. Munga kambe famile mfuna kukamba.
Okay. Mumene wakambira kutika wala mumene amasitira akaona bakatokora bakwera panja. Ese just kuboza likiwi kudala likawala na kudala. Aona munda wakokaere. Kuzaona mugiro wa mina zataya. Basi kato ni watu pikira chate wali mpatura mene wali na Sasa basi polisi wamene wali wamene wali wamene watu wamene wao na ya. Ni sisi wamene watu polisi. bafuna kuvalika bena mu mazina gy'abajaliwoyimba bajaliwoyimba that's the beginning what I believe because the president pamina anangendera pamina anabana bana kutafea yeye sana kambe kuvalika polisi ukuta uku zabajiova ukufanya those people as wasiye bezoka muno mumaru area ikawina the drive that is not pastor of PF without kiva naona na hiyo kitu maruli ya tunaona naona kasaba segregation yenyewe mkaangalia support and growth that time ya masisi kuja ndio complain the nakali na kwa kiwango kwa wao kwa ile ya story ile sawa ile na usauta growth but the three parts ya pesa hapo that dia picture but the how can amani wakapata hata fulao so this is amazing so that reduce just because yes bana but the family already can invest this time of one family bana but the family wao so yes they are just because they know what family wanachita the kind of mangio
okay zikomo
thank you.
So yeah, exactly what you're saying. You know, when even the Bible says that the guilty ones runs, even there's no one. Nikafika chepa nyumba, if my wife Sharon was misbehaving, she will be the one now, trying either kuika to chawa so that it's nzaziva or ankara che kutalataba. Then you know that something here is not correct. Yeah, but if everything is correct, we will live a normal life. Exactly. So in this case, what we are saying is that even tribalism, for example, it's being perpetuated by politicians themselves. I've argued with colleagues and say, look, when we were going into 2021 campaigns, HH and his team, when Doreen Mwamba there, they were all over in Northern Province campaigning. You saw Doreen Mwamba even being blocked in Nakonde, in Chinsali, somewhere there, and also in the northern part of Zambia. Even in Danu, Vice President Narumango, in Chingola. Now, ask yourself, Basike, did he ever go to Gwembe to campaign? No. And he wants to get 90,000 votes in Gwembe.
All right, we have another caller. It seems, Mr. Spencer, you are the people's favorite. Good morning. Thank you for calling us. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
I'm calling from Mongo.
From Mongo? From where?
I'm calling from Ghana.
Okay, please go ahead with your contribution. Go ahead, we can hear you. Please.
It's okay.
Use one Zambia, one nation.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to find out about. I heard someone talking. Hello?
Yes, we can
hear you. Just go ahead.
I heard someone talking about the NCC and Corruption Commission. Then I was going to find out about the issue of because this country was running by Creek. Is it one from Pepes Kuchoka, Bani, Kaunda, up to Eddie Kalungu? I would like to find out about this. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling.
Mr. Shipenza.
Wow, Mr. Spence, we're in the dying minutes. Just quickly.
Okay. Yes, the issue of anti-corruption
yes.
and Faith Msonda.
Yes.
Yeah, I think there has been an impression that has been created in people's minds that fighting corruption is arresting people who are corrupt. People must understand, why do you fight corruption? There are three reasons why you fight corruption. As a deterrent for future offenders, to recover the resources, and two, to seek justice from those who have been accused of being corrupt. Isn't it? Three.
Yes.
Now, On Faith Msonda, there was one of the reasons why you fight corruption, to recover resources. And they recovered 6 million.
63.
Yeah? 63? 65 million actually. 65 million, they recovered it. They recovered a house worth 6 million. And also they recovered US 57,000 in 1 month. Just this 65 million, it's about 2 constituencies already in terms of CDF done. So there's this one that has been done. So the issue of justice, this person has decided to say, here is the money, I'm sorry, I got it from this, and I'm giving you back. If there is up to Anti-Corruption Commission to follow up who was the one who gave this person money. And then if that person also does not, is not cooperative, they will arrest that person. And then they will go the way of justice. Let me quickly give you an example of how sometimes the courts have been a hindrance to the fight against corruption. The issue of Katere Kalumba, if you remember, that case was in the Manawasa time. Up to now, the case is in court. It's at the Supreme Court. All right? You talk of the task force fighting on corruption. They spent $8 million US to pursue 250,000 US dollars from Chiruba. Did we even get that 250,000 from Chiruba? Nothing. Now look at the money you spend, $8 million US dollars. How much money is that? So now if somebody is able to give, to say, okay, I have repented, you can warn that person. And not only that, when you read page 16 of the UPND manifesto, it's very clear. They will recover. There's actually, they say they will launch Operation Recovery. Not Operation Arrest, Operation Recovery. And they have recovered. So where is the problem? The issue of the clique of thieves, whether they were ruling from whatever, we have had thieves throughout the world. That's why the Bible is still up to now. We haven't thrown away the Bible. Because thieves will be with us and we may leave them until the lake of fire comes. Maybe that's when you have no thieves. At the moment we have thieves. Even in this government there are thieves. In the previous government there were thieves. In the Kaunda government there were thieves. And you know how many people were arrested. Not only stealing public resources, even these petty thieves around there. You remember Bamshanga Sera, eh? They were stealing. You remember pilfering during Kaunda's time. All of the thieving has been there. So it's not except that in government, this man is talking about a clique of thieves in government. And they have been there. You cannot even refuse they have been there. That's why people are being arrested. Some of them, they were being fired by Kaunda. You know, if you remember, a number of ministers were being fired. Others were being reshuffled. So where do we run away to say, no, we've never had a clique of thieves. So what we are saying here is that let's not crucify anybody. If you have not been mentioned, Sharon has not been mentioned, if she becomes agitated, for me, I'll conclude that she's a thief.
Patrick, under 10 seconds.
Well, I think Mr. Chipenza has been very elaborate, and we thank you for finding time to actually discuss this topic with us. And we also want to thank the viewers for contributing to the topic of discussion. This is just the commencement of our breakfast show, which will be running from Monday to Friday up to Saturday. The Saturday edition will continue as it has been. And our first guest has been Mr. Chipenza. Thank you for finding time to be part of it.
Thank you so much, Comrade Patrick Soko and Sharon. I don't know if that's Kalembla or what, because I like Kalembla so much.
It's okay. I'm going to adopt another surname very soon, so you don't need to struggle with that. For now, just stick to Sharon. I'll find another last name. Otherwise, thank you so much to the viewers for taking time to be with us on the first edition of The Breakfast Show Reloaded, relaunch. Yeah. So we will be having another guest tomorrow and another edition of The Breakfast Show with yet another exciting topic. We've discussed quite a number of issues today that are of national importance. And thank you so much for your contribution, your calls and your messages on WhatsApp. My name is Sharon Kalimbola. Thank you so much once again. Good morning.
Thank you. Oof.